Today on The Rondo, we are reviewing the most expensive transfers of the last 10 years and grading them from A to F on if they were successful or not. You guys ready for this?
Let's do it, man.
Nothing will make my heart sing more than to get all of these right.
2015-16, the most expensive transfer in the world. And this is like chump change now when you look at the numbers that are following this. This is like the last year pre-inflation. We got Kevin De Bruyne from Wolfsburg to Man City for 76 million euros. I'm rating this an A+.
Come on, man. You got a player that literally changed your entire club's history, bro. Getting assists out of nowhere. Kevin De Bruyne for years was the best midfielder in the Premier League. Come on, bro. That's a bang, bro.
You don't even have to dispute this. He's top 3 midfielder of all time in the Prem. That's an A+++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++
bias pick. So Kevin De Bruyne is the best midfielder of all time.
No, he's
I
not.
think he is. I think
No,
Kevin
he's
De
not.
Bruyne is the greatest midfielder to play in the Prem.
Yeah.
That's so cap.
And it's not even, I don't even think it's a stretch to say Champions Leagues,
Yep.
Premier League dominance,
Yep.
assists, goals.
You watch the eye test.
You watch
the
the
stats test.
Let me talk. He's so cringe.
how?
He's just cringe. Have you seen that video? He's
So
like,
that's why-
Let me talk.
He's
Let me talk.
he's cringe, and that's why you're not
Steven
rocking with him?
Gerrard played on far worse teams and scored more goals.
Ooh.
Yeah, but De Bruyne's
But
job
that's-
was never to score goals.
Yeah.
He was a facilitator.
Steven Gerrard's job was never to score goals.
Yeah, but he did it because, he kind of had to.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. Well, he
Yeah.
had to score goals. So
He-
186 career goals.
De
he just
Bruyne
had to
spent
do
his
it.
career feeding the ball to Sergio Aguero and then Erling Haaland after that. It's really, his job was not to score.
But you also got to think about it like this.
Steven Gerrard had to feed it to Bolo Zenden.
No,
like,
he didn't. You have to feed it to Suarez and Fernando Torres.
for 1 year.
And Fernando Torres.
For 2 years.
And
Okay.
Raheem
He gets
Sterling.
3 years.
That's
And
3
Daniel
years.
Sturridge.
And nah, that don't count. That's my guy, but my boy was on that injury table, bro.
To me, Kevin De Bruyne is the greatest midfielder of all time in the Prem.
To me, you're wrong.
That means that he gets an A plus for me. You guys both gave him an A
A
plus.
plus.
Yeah.
Come
all right,
on, man.
2016-17, the flip side for the last one. Most expensive transfer was Paul Pogba from Juventus to United for 105 million. It's really hard to see that as anything other than.
You know what's so crazy?
Then an F.
I gotta give that transfer a D minus.
You're not giving it an F. then?
Why?
I think I'll say this. Paul Pogba did have good moments. They won a couple trophies while he was there. But at Manchester United, it just never really clicked for him, man. Like the things that we're seeing him from for Juventus, the consistency. I also think immaturity at times from him as well. But like we can't say that Paul Pogba's influence on the game beyond the football space wasn't a benefit. Like I think Paul Pogba just transcended the way that transfers and players are looked at. But when you look at on the field production, man, he had some great moments for Manchester United, but that consistency just wasn't there.
Yeah.
You've got to give him all the credit he deserves for what he represents and the way that he got people involved in the game. Like, I'm never going to hate on Raheem for saying, like, oh, like, I saw that and I, like, aspired to something. Like, that's cool. But if we're talking football, it's
He was
nothing
ass,
good
bro.
enough.
Yeah,
he was ass.
All right. Next year, 2017-18, the most expensive transfer ever. Neymar from Barcelona to PSG for 222 million euros.
This is a really tough one.
It's a tough one, bro.
But so my thing is that the reason he went from Barcelona to PSG was to win a Ballon d'Or.
Be the main guy.
To be the main man and win the Ballon d'Or. He partied, he got injured, he partied again, he got injured again, he did his knee, he fell out with Kylian Mbappe. I mean, you win a bunch of Ligue 1s, which counts for something.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he gets to a Champions League final but doesn't win it. But for the marketing, that's a C. That's a C. I've played it so painfully safe there, but that's a C.
Raheem, what do you think?
It's tough, right? Because he took them to a Champions League final and they lost to a strong Bayern Munich side.
Really
in,
strong Bayern
in the
Munich.
COVID
Probably the best Bayern
COVID
Munich
season.
side of the last 10 years.
Definitely the best Bayern Munich side that we've seen. They wiped the floor with Barcelona in the game before. Bro, Neymar though, he did have some scoring titles in League One. He brought some success to them domestically, but I guess people won't really count that because they say it's a farmers league.
They would have won Ligue 1 without him.
Without him, yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, it's a tough one, man. But I'm gonna have to give Neymar. I think it's a D because the only reason why.
You've gone lower than me.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think I've gone lower because the expectations for Neymar, right? We're talking about a guy that literally changed the transfer market forever. Like
Yeah.
values for players are literally like done forever because of that transfer window.
That's true.
And if you're thinking about it, if PSG is spending that much money and what they expected, because even 222 million to this day, I don't even know if anyone's gonna even ever beat that for a while.
Just for one person, it's
one person.
unfathomably expensive.
So I think the thing is, and I agree with you.
Yeah.
but it's in the eye of the beholder, right? 222 million for like a nation state oil money ownership is nothing.
Yeah.
Like
for a club?
for them, yeah. For PSG, 222 mil is nothing.
I am going to go much higher than you guys. I'll give it a B+.
Whoa!
This is an A+ if they win that Champions League final.
Yeah.
I think it's an A- if they win the Champions League final.
But it's an A. It's in the A range if they win that Champions League.
If they win the Champions League, I'm gonna give him an A. But the reason why I ranked him so low is because the expectations for Neymar were him to be to get that Ballon d'Or for him. When Ronaldo and Messi were older, Neymar was supposed to be that next one up. There was nothing else stopping him in terms of the production, in terms of everything. It's just for him, it was injuries and also being a little bit unfocused at times off the field. I think if Neymar. If Neymar stays focused, if Neymar doesn't get those injuries, we're talking about a completely different career. And it's crazy to consider that because he's already the top goal scorer for Brazil, one of the top goal scorers for PSG, and everybody in their mama considers him one of the top players of all time.
2018-19, the next year, the most expensive transfer of that year is Kylian Mbappe from Monaco to PSG. 180 million euros. How are we grading that?
It's a B. It's a good, solid B.
Really?
I'd go A- because he sets the PSG all-time goal scoring record. He becomes the undisputed star.
Wins the World Cup.
Wins a World Cup. Scores a hat-trick in a World Cup final. But you can make an argument, and I will make this argument, that he never developed as a player like he should. I think 2018 Kylian Mbappe is similar enough to 2025 Kylian Mbappe.
Yeah.
And in that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pre-Madrid, 5, 6 years, he should have gone from here to stratospheric. And he kind of stayed the same.
I think with Mbappe, I think he's definitely changed his game. I remember back in the day, he could play like right wing, just take people on for pace, would probably grab more assists than goals. Now, I think now he's more methodical. He will only run when he needs to, and like he's gonna get his goals wherever they need to be fit. You could say he's a more selfish player now. But I think with the PSG move, bro, obviously, set him up for success. But World Cup success is not PSG's success. That's Mbappe's personal success.
That's true.
That's true.
I think a lot of people think about it like that. At the end of the day, bro, when you have a team with Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar, you're expected to win a Champions League. They didn't come anywhere close. And I think what a lot of people will look at as the moment of Mbappe, whether he's staying at PSG or leaving to Real Madrid, was when he was in that room with Luis Enrique saying, Michael Jordan, all these people that you idolize, they track back, they defend, they do this. And the next game, Mbappe walked. So it's like, when we talk about him progressing as a player, I feel that if he didn't feel as comfortable at PSG because he's in France, he's with the president.
Yeah.
If he was in an environment where he felt more challenged at a younger age, I think he could have been a better player.
What are we rating the Mbappe to PSG transfer? I'm gonna give it an A because he's faced the franchise. Incredibly important. You brought him back to where he was raised. They didn't have the Champions League success, but they won everything they could possibly have won domestically. He set the goal scoring record for the club. He was the face of the club internationally, and in addition to Neymar and Messi, really made PSG like the global brand that it is. They have a PSG store in New York right now.
It's really cool as well.
The fact that a French club has a permanent store in New York City because they have that much aura and fan base around the world.
It's incredible.
Does not happen without a guy like Mbappe. And for the club itself, I know they didn't win the Champions League, but it's got to be an A to bring him back.
I would say I'm gonna give it a B plus. If he wins that Champions League like Neymar, I'm giving it an A plus for sure.
If you like the video so far, make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below who you think is the best player out of all these transfers. All right, guys, the next man up, we got 2019-20 Joao Felix from Benfica to Atletico Madrid for 127 million euros.
An absolute flop, man.
What's lower than F?
F minus.
F minus. Dude, that was terrible. You could tell it was terrible at the time, and it has remained terrible for many years since. The lasting image of Joao Felix during his Atletico Madrid career was celebrating like mad in front of the Atletico Madrid fans when he was on loan at Barcelona.
I think for Joao Felix, bro, why are you going to a club that has a total defensive scheme? You're a number 10 who doesn't like to track back. I don't understand.
It made no sense.
Very regimented play style.
You know how Diego Simeone plays football. It's very regimented. It's very systematic. You got to have to play the system. Not to mention Griezmann came back to the club, that summer from Barcelona or close around that time. So you already knew that they were going to shape the team around him. For Joao Felix, man, that move doesn't make sense. And I think that move cost him what his career could have looked at.
Well, the story goes as well that Simeone didn't really want him that much, but the club wanted a star signing and a young guy. Simeone, if he had his own way, and he's now doing it, wants a bunch of 31-year-olds who will just like die for the club and go running on golf courses to prepare for the season.
Come on now, you already know. Diego Simeone, he'll spend 100 mil on a CDM too, bro.
Yeah.
Like, don't get it twisted, but like, I think Joao Felix for him at that moment in time, bad decision, bro. Just not the club for him.
Johnny Cardoso, better player.
All right, 2020, 2021. We got Kai Havertz going from Leverkusen to Chelsea for 100 million euros.
This is like the total opposite of like the Mbappe and Neymar. It's because he didn't play that well, but he won
the Champions League.
So Kai Havertz, when we at that age, we were talking. Well, not whatever. He was next up. He was very much like gonna be the guy for the German national team for whatever. Like, and he didn't pan out because he didn't score enough goals in the Premier League. He didn't drop enough assists. He hasn't proven as a Premier League player that he's worth that kind of money. But because of winning goal in the Champions League final.
Yeah.
Change your career.
So did Divock Origi. So like if we're talking about value for money, you know what I mean? It's still a D. It's still a D, and it would have been slightly higher if they'd made a decent enough profit off him. But
I think Kai Havertz had more hype coming out of Leverkusen than Wirtz.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
probably. Do you know Wirtz has no hype because he's not handsome enough.
Because he's not good.
But I mean, Kai Havertz is alright. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying
Wirtz got no aura. You know what I mean? He's just like a little dude with like a funny trim.
With Kai, bro. Kai, we were hearing about him in Germany since like U17. Like Germany were like, this is that guy. Like Tom said, like literally everybody thought Kai Havertz was gonna be the one. I think what killed Kai Havertz is not having a natural position. Is he a 10? Is he a 9? Is he a 9.5? I don't really know what he is to this day. Is he a number 8? I remember Germany played him at left back when he was low on confidence at one time. So it's like for him, he didn't really have a natural position. And also another big thing at Chelsea at the time was like, a lot of people don't remember this at the time, but Chelsea were kind of even going through a phase where it was like, they had just like a mix of players, but it wasn't really like all together. And then Tuchel all of a sudden just made this incredible side that made the Champions League final, but they really weren't like projected to be there in a way.
Christian Pulisic was better than Kai Havertz during that Champions League season.
Until you tore his hamstring, I would say that. Kai Havertz gets a C.
Yeah, all right, I'll give him a C- for everything that you said, just to be a little different so I don't copy you. Next year, 2021-22, we got Jack Grealish from Villa to Man City for 117 mil euros.
Pep Guardiola ruined him, made him way less fun, but he made him far more efficient of a footballer. And in that team, they don't win the Champions League without him, I don't think, because he was our left winger, right? And he played pretty much every game. He also really pissed off Danny Carvajal, which was funny. Kind of ruined the vibes, and that's like Jack Grealish is the vibes guy, you know? So, B-. B-, actually C, because they're not going to sell him for anything either, are they?
I think on paper, it looks like a great signing. They won the Champions League. He started. But if you really look deep into it, Jack Grealish was a $100 million player, I believe. $117 million player. He never cracked double digits goals for a season at City. Did he even crack double digits assists in a season for City?
Don't know.
I don't know what his stats were during that CL season, but like for me, look, Jack Grealish, great player, but when you go to a City team and you got to play a certain style and certain way, I couldn't stand it when he would just take a guy on and just pass it back. I'm like, bro, like what happened to the Jack Grealish at Villa?
I'm gonna give it a B-. I give it a B- for a lot of the stuff that you guys have said. If you're signing a guy because you want him to help you win the Champions League final, then it's a success. But for that amount of money, you'd want him to really become a bigger star than he was prior. And he lost some more points. All right, next year, 2022-23, we got Enzo Fernandez going from Benfica to Chelsea for 121 million.
No.
This was the era of Chelsea signing everyone with a pulse for a lot of money and having too many guys on the first team squad, so they had to build a temporary gym outside of the training center. I can't give this any more than like a C-.
I'm going to give it a C because I understand his role in the Chelsea side. He's more of like an experienced vet. He's playing with Caicedo, but like personally, I think Enzo Fernandez is annoying as I don't like
the most Tom argument that Raheem's ever made.
All right. Next up, 2023 to 2024. Finally, a star player. I'm so tired of this stretch. Just so we had Kevin De Bruyne, one of the greatest ever. And Paul Pogba, who flopped but was an incredible like culture-shifting player. Neymar, Mbappe, obviously. So from 2015 to 2019, it was bangers. And then we had a little bit of a slump, man. Joao Felix sucks. Kai Havertz, mid. Jack Grealish fell off. Enzo Fernandez, boring. Finally, a star boy. 2023 to 2024. Jude Bellingham from Dortmund to Madrid for 145 million euros.
I'm trying to think what genre of A.
I think that's an A++.
I think that's an A-.
Why? What gives you the minus?
Because his debut season was absolutely unbelievable. It was up there with the best debut seasons in Real Madrid history. They win a bunch of stuff. the fall off was pretty significant, and he hasn't really been able to function in that Madrid team since the end of 2020.
Well, they've made some changes. They brought in Mbappe, and you could argue that his role was reduced to goal scoring, and he didn't need to put up the stats that he did.
So no, I agree, and I absolutely love Jude Bellingham. Like, I love him. He's one of my favorite players, but I think he became more of like this cog in a machine, and wasn't quite as willing to be the cog in. Like, he's got main character energy.
He should be. But he's cool with being the side piece. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I would say this. You know who's not cool with being the side? Vinny's not cool with being the side piece.
Yeah.
Like,
True.
You can see Jude Bellingham. The system obviously changed, and he's like, all right, you know, I got to get back and defend.
Yeah, but he wasn't running against Barcelona and that, was he? He wasn't like in the big moments. It was like, man, you're getting bullied around a little bit.
A little bit, but we can't say that Jude Bellingham don't run, bro.
Right. Well,
he puts the yards.
Okay, that's why I'm saying it's not an A, but it's an A- because he hasn't quite adapted.
2024-25, Jhon Duran, Villa, down Nassr for 77 million euros. F. He's been there for 5 months and he already left.
F,
on loan,
no one cares, haven't heard about what he's doing. He plays for Fenerbahce now.
My boy got a quick bag for 5 months and was out to Turkey immediately. I rate it, bro. I rate it. A little 5-month Saudi Arabian vacation, fam. He wasn't even living in Saudi. I heard he was living in Bahrain and flying to practice every day. 300K a week for 5 months. All you got to do is just stay in Saudi for 5 months.
1.2 million a month times 5 is 5 million. That's not even that. That's not even that. I mean, that's not even that
6 million isn't even that much.
Guys, you know,
with those,
you know that we don't have enough sponsorship for me to
Who said that recently? It's like, 10 million was I had financial difficulties, only making 10 million.
Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham made 100 million. Said he was struggling.
Odell Beckham. Give me some of that money, and I'll show you how to live on 10 million bucks a year, man. 2025, 2026.
Oh, God.
You know him, you love him. Alexander Isak from Newcastle to Liverpool for 145 million, big ones, 145 million euros. He scored 2 goals for Liverpool since moving, as of the time of this recording.
2 goals, bro.
He has been, part of a Liverpool team that has completely fallen off. People are talking about sacking Arne Slot. Florian Wirtz might have gone 007. He might be at like 0115 now.
He's got to go.
These 1015, these big name signings that they've made have completely flopped so far. They will probably get it together at some point, but it has to be, for now, an F. For all the dramatics that Alexander Isak and Newcastle went through when he was trying to get that move set up, going on strike, publicly calling out the club, saying that they're not letting you leave, putting in your public transfer request. I mean, to do all that and then get the move for that much money and score 2 goals so far this season.
And I think what a lot of people don't really like mention as well is like how much that whole saga like ruined him starting off with Liverpool well, because he wasn't training at Newcastle. So it basically ruined his fitness for a little bit going into that Liverpool team. And then also you got to think Liverpool had a full preseason pretty much before he even arrived.
So that's the reason I'd say it's a D, not an F.
Yeah.
Because he hasn't had
a full preseason.
He's not fit yet.
I think the only reason why y'all aren't panicking is because you guys have people like Ekitike.
Yeah.
Who's been really good.
Who's been very good.
Thank you for watching this episode of The Rondo. Make sure you like and subscribe and comment down below who you think was the best and worst transfer out of the last 10 years.